Welcome to my sewing studio. Yes, this is my happy place. Years ago, when my husband and I moved into this house, we knew this back room was going to be something special. First, it started out as a really fun craft space for all our kids. They would create all kinds of cardboard creations and sewing, knitting, painting, just all kinds of fun stuff. But this is now where we create most of our things for our new Etsy store, Cedar Studios. We were lucky enough to bring back the cabinet maker who worked on this house when we first built it, and he was able to install all the cabinets that you see here. Well, here's one of our first creations that I had put up on Etsy. It's a project folio. I ship it out with the folio, this little notebook that I sewed. It's a kind of a project tracker, and extra paper that you can print out right away when you receive the folio. It already is pre-punched so that you can add the paper into your folio once you've printed out your recipe or your project instructions. I keep knitting patterns in it so that I have one for each pattern, and I can reference them and flip the pages in it really easily. It holds closed with the string or open with using the paper clip. I just love using them. I didn't see anything else on the market like that, so I just went ahead and created one for myself and thought you guys might like it too. When I was very small, my aunt taught me how to crochet, and I've been doing it ever since. This is one item that I created. It's a really velvety little, I guess, evening bag, or just a simple carrying bag that will carry your phone and your credit cards, lipstick. But it's a simple one that you can just grab and go. And I just really liked the shape of it, and it's so soft and just a beautiful little bag. I lined mine so that it would be sturdy and hand sewed in the lining. But she taught me how to knit as well. And these are just some of the pumpkins that we have available on our site as well. I knit the body, the leaf, and the stem all separately and hand stitched them together. They're really squishy and soft, but unfortunately they're not a toy. They have opposable wire stem. The wire is a coated wire, so it's not a raw wire. It's got a cushiony plastic coating on the outside to make it softer. Oh, here's some of the fabric that I have. Don't tell anyone. You know, if you sew, you can't resist a good sale. And there's so many beautiful fabrics that I've collected over the years. I've always been a fashion sewer because I have been 5'10" since I was 13 years old. And back then, which was not too long ago, there just weren't a lot of tall sizing like there is now. My favorite item I sewed was when I got married. I sewed my wedding dress. And from the leftover fabric, years later, I sewed all my children's baptismal outfits. So I thought that was really cool. So I store all my patterns this way. I take the pattern out and put it into a comic book sleeve. And then I put them in numerical order in these boxes from IKEA. I take the outer envelope with the picture on it and put them in giant binders by combining all the dresses together, the pants together. The best way that I see works for me to flip through and find the pattern that I want. Then I can take out the cover and get the amount of fabric I want without having to take the whole pattern with me. But that way I can flip through the patterns that I have really easily. And I store all my Berta magazines, my Vogue magazines, all my sewing, crocheting, knitting books up here at the top. I even have some fabric dyeing books that I've done, beautiful skirts and things with dyed fabrics. So this is my, I guess just my fashion fabrics, sewing, and pattern area. I also like this little part in my sewing room that I had my son help me put together. It's a shelf from IKEA, one of those that you can put a picture on, but I added a curtain rod to the bottom with these little clip rings where I can hang, obviously, my printed out patterns that I get from the internet. I just thought it was an easy way to store them. I'm also considering just rolling them up into tubes or something like that, but then I have to have one more thing on the ground, and they just don't have a lot of room in this space. Oh, so I wanted to share with you these makeup or boxy bags or carry-alls. They have so many names on the internet right now. They're really fun to make, and they're so soft, and they're really pretty. And these are my practice ones. I was going through different patterns and deciding which one that I liked best, that I would be really happy to sell to you. I wanted to make sure it was very good quality and would last for a long time. So I selected the fabrics, the zippers, the batting, and the pattern to try to create the best one I could. I went through different size iterations as well when I went through sewing several of these bags. And I came up with the one that I thought would be great. It would fit a hairbrush. You know, sometimes they're just too long for these little bags. And I found out that I liked using the biased binded edges inside the bag because they just are so much more sturdy. But the zippers I found on, it's called Wokoek or Wokoek. I'm not sure how you say the website, but they are nice. They're so smooth, and they're not sharp on your hand. When you reach into a purse sometimes and you have that really sharp zipper. Well, these are not that. And I also selected a larger zipper pull. I don't like those little tiny ones that come on regular zippers. So they were super nice zippers. This is where I store all the yarn for my pumpkins that I'm knitting, and try to go through it as quick as I can to get your orders filled. And for my embroidery, I put this rack up. They're two separate thread racks, those kind that you can stand up on a table. Well, of course, I don't have a lot of room for that, so I stacked them one on top of the other and hung them in this corner. Now, it might seem bright over there, but it is protected from direct sunlight to keep the threads lasting longer. But those are my embroidery threads and my serger cones that I use for my sewing machines. And there's my little view out the backyard, which I'm really blessed to have. It's just so pretty out there. It is hot though. Boy, we're in Texas and we haven't gone over 100 this summer, but the humidity this year, I don't know. We've lived here now for, I think, over 25 years, and I have to say this is one of the most humid summers we've had. So I'm showing you my sewing area where all the stuff gets made. There's two tables, this green one and that large cutting table. My husband made those for me years ago. They have served me so well because I'm tall. He put this green table together at a higher height so that I don't have to bend over so far to see the sewing bed of the sewing machine. And then off to the right was my IKEA cabinet where I keep all the little things, the notions, the zippers, the feet for the machines, that kind of thing. So I also have a cover stitch machine that I use for hemming knits. Oh, I was so happy to get that one. It creates such a beautiful finish on a knit fabric garment. And here's a little cart. I keep all my paper products and other crafting items. And lastly is my hemming machine. I used this when all my kids went through marching band and we were hemming 400 uniforms. So that had a lot of use. And I've had a lot of fun getting to show you my sewing creation area. And I wanted to show you a few of the items that I will have in our Etsy store. Just a couple of the colors. There's so many more. And I want to thank you so much for watching. It's been great spending time with you. I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing to our channel and visiting our Etsy store. Thanks, you guys. Have a wonderful day.